Are you tired of seeing everyone post amazing AI images and graphics while you feel totally lost? Keep watching because by the end of this video you'll know how to create stunning AI images for free using tools that anyone can access, even if you've never done it before. Now before we get started, can I ask one small favour? If you like what I do here, can you please hit the subscribe button? That keeps me energised to bring you more content. Thank you very much, let's get into it. Okay, let's begin with tip number 1, which is to use free AI image tools that actually work. Now one of the best things you can do for yourself is to start with Bing Image Creator, which is powered by DALL-E free at bing.com/images/create. Now you can actually use it with nothing else but a free Microsoft account, and every day you get a batch of fresh credits. Now what I really like about it is you don't need a powerful computer. You can literally be on a low-end laptop. Now this is how Mark, one of my students who's a school teacher, started making posters for his class. And his students were really blown away by the actual quality, and it cost him nothing. Now you can also experiment with Craiyon.com, so go to Craiyon.com, which is formerly DALL-E Mini, which doesn't even need an account to get started. Now the quality isn't quite as polished, but it's a fantastic option when you're just playing around and brainstorming some ideas. Now you'll quickly find that even these simple tools can generate really quirky, unique art pieces that you'd never draw yourself. Now I recommend that you try Stable Diffusion Web UI, which is like Playground AI, at playgroundai.com. It's free for up to 500 images a day. Now this one is next level because you can actually adjust so many different settings. Now Sarah, another student of mine, started using Playground AI on her old Chromebook and turned her kids' handwritten doodles into full colour illustrations for a bedtime book. And she said her kids couldn't believe their drawings actually came to life. Now if you want to explore some more styles, Night Cafe Studio, nightcafe.studio is another great option, which is also free. That gives you some credits on a daily basis. Now a lot of people don't even know this, but you can actually earn some extra credits just by participating in their community challenges. And those challenges can help you push your creative skills faster than anything else. Now the key thing here is not to overwhelm yourself. I suggest you pick just one of these tools, spend a full week with it, and only move on to another one once you're actually very comfortable. So jumping between 5 apps every day can actually just make you feel more lost and even more stuck. Now if your struggle is with not knowing which tool is good enough, then just let me tell you this. The difference is not in the actual tool, it's the way you're actually using the tool. When you know how to write a clear prompt with good detail and good context, even the free tools can beat the paid ones. That's why people like Mark can create professional results on a zero budget. Now make sure you actually log in and keep a small prompt journal of all your experiments. This way, every time you hit a breakthrough, like the day you get an image that looks like a Pixar movie, you'll know exactly how you did it. Then you can just repeat the process. Now that one habit will give you a personal library of styles over time. Let's now move on to tip number 2, which is to write better prompts to get better results. Now if you want your images to look more professional, start writing prompts like you're describing a scene to a close friend who's going to paint it for you. Instead of dog in a park, try a golden retriever lying on a soft green grass in Central Park, autumn leaves all around, warm sunlight hitting from the right. So there's an example prompt you could use. Now that single change transforms your image from basic to very emotional. Now John, one of my students, was shocked when he made this simple shift. He went from very clunky images to ones that he used as his website banner. Now a smart way for you to actually make your prompts really stand out is to actually include specific lighting, emotions and styles. Words like golden hour, cinematic lighting, or even painted in the style of Studio Ghibli can actually make AI deliver images that feel more alive. Now this is how Sarah from tip 1 actually turned her kids' sketches into whimsical, dreamy illustrations. Now because she described them with rich emotional language, Now let me give you a controversial truth. Most people actually overcomplicate the prompts by trying to sound too fancy. You can actually speak in very simple English. The AI doesn't need any poetry, it just needs clarity, context and some good detail. Now the people who get the most incredible results are the ones who talk like normal humans. Now if you feel a bit frustrated because AI keeps adding weird things that you don't actually want, there's a feature called negative prompting in Stable Diffusion or Playground AI. And you can literally tell the AI, no extra hands, no text and no blurriness. So you can actually just use that simple prompt. And almost no beginner actually knows this, but it will actually cut out 80% of the weirdness instantly for you. Now I suggest that you copy prompts from communities like r/Stable Diffusion on Reddit or prompt sharing groups on Discord. But here's the key, you never want to use them as they are, you want to tweak them a bit for yourself. Make them about your own version. That small tweak is how my student Dana created a unique yoga poster that looked nothing like the original shared prompt. Now you can actually increase your prompt skills very quickly by collecting reference pictures on Pinterest or your phone and literally describing them in detail to the AI. Now the more practice translating what you see into words, the more accurate your AI images will actually become. Now a simple trick for you that works really well is to actually think of your prompt like a movie trailer description. So who's in the actual shot, what are they, what is happening and what is the actual mood. That's the structure alone will actually change your results even if you never touch another tutorial. Let's now move on to tip number 3, which is to use free apps on your phone for extra flexibility. Now I suggest that you download Starry AI, so that's Starry AI, or Dream by Wombo on your mobile phone. Both give you daily free credits and can create images in just a few minutes. Now you can create while lying on your sofa or even during a bus ride. Now Paul, one of my students, started doing this on his commutes. And in just 3 months he built an entire library of more than 90 images that he's now printing on t-shirts. Now, so make sure you also check out Leonardo AI. They now have a mobile friendly version as well, and it gives you a limited number of daily tokens, but the quality is outstanding. Now Leonardo even lets you train your own model, so if you want your art to have a consistent style. Now if you actually run out of credits, a good hack is to use tools like Deep AI. So go to deepai.org, which doesn't actually limit you quite as much. Now the results are simpler, but you can actually edit those images later on to actually polish them. Now you can see better results if you treat your phone as your creative playground, so don't wait for the perfect time. You want to use the 5 minutes in between things that you have. Now this helps you to build momentum and keeps you from feeling like AI art is this huge commitment. Now a controversial idea I want you to consider is using boring waiting times in your life, like waiting in line, sitting in the car or even picking up your children, as mini studios. Now this single mental shift is how Kevin, one of my students, a single dad, created dozens of AI images without ever setting aside a dedicated hour to do it. Now you can even share your images instantly to your social media accounts from any of these apps, so don't underestimate this, it is really useful. That's how Carla, one of my students, built a community of 2,000 followers just by posting 1 image a day during her lunch breaks. After creating your images, use free phone editors like Snapseed or Canva mobile app to actually add a more personal touch to it. Whether it's adding some nice text like captions, adjusting the brightness, or even doing some cropping. That tiny extra polish makes your images look much more original. Let's now move on to tip number 4, which is to build a little daily habit to get better and faster. Now let me give you one of the most important insights. Talent in AI art is actually built and not born. If you create just 1 image a day, even if it's pretty terrible, you'll be unrecognizable in just 30 days. Now Maria, one of my students, made 30 daily AI images of her dream travel spots, and by the end she turned them into a calendar as a Christmas gift. Now you can actually make this more fun by setting some micro challenges, like today I'll create a neon city skyline, or today my pet as a superhero. So there's 2 example challenges you could do. Now these playful little challenges help to build your skill level naturally and keep you from feeling like this is serious work. Now I recommend that you organise your images by date on Google Drive or even in your phone albums. Then after 30 days, go back and compare your first image to your 30th. That comparison alone will help you to boost your confidence. Now you can see faster growth if you join an online community such as Discord servers like AI Art Universe or even Facebook groups like AI Art Collective. These are some really good places to go and you want to actually engage in them. So just ask these two questions: what prompt did you use and how could I make this better? So there's two simple questions you can ask within these groups and you'll get some really useful feedback that can help you to improve from there. Now don't forget to actually ask for some constructive feedback as well. This is a little bit uncomfortable, but it's how Mark from Tip 1 went from very average to getting requests from friends who wanted him to make posters for their events. Now one simple trick for you is to try the same idea in 3 or 4 different tools like Bing, Playground AI and even Night Cafe, and just compare the results. You'll quickly discover which platforms matches your creative style. Now more importantly, you want to make this process really fun and joyful. Everyone's first images will look weird. The real transformation happens when you give yourself permission to make bad art on the way to making good art. Let me now give you tip number 5, which is to use free reference libraries and remix tools to level up your AI images. Now, if you want your AI images to feel unique and not like everyone else's, I recommend you start collecting inspiration from free reference libraries like unsplash.com and pexels.com. These websites give you high quality images that you can actually study for the poses, the lighting and even the composition. Now what's powerful is when you actually feed these ideas into AI as inspiration instead of starting from a blank page. Now Alex, one of my students, began doing this, and within just a couple of weeks his AI images started looking like magazine covers instead of generic stock images. Now you can make your work much stronger if you combine AI tools with free remix tools like Canva using the free plan or photopea.com, so that's photopea.com. And after you generate your AI image, you can just drop it into Canva or Photopea and just add some text, some textures or even some backgrounds. Now the thing you start to see is that the AI image is just your raw ingredient, and these free tools actually help you shape it into something much more completely custom. Now let me give you a controversial insight. Most beginners rely on AI alone, and that's why everything looks the same. Now if you add a tiny bit of editing after the AI does its job, suddenly your image has a signature style. For example, Laura, one of my students, used Runway ML's free background remover at runwayml.com to cut out characters that she generated and placed into a totally new scene in Canva. And people thought she was actually hiring an illustrator in the process. Now I would suggest that you explore pixabay.com and openverse.org by WordPress, because you can also grab free textures and background elements there as well. Now these textures like concrete walls, clouds, water ripples or even paper folds can actually be uploaded as reference images into Playground AI, Leonardo AI or even Night Cafe. It's like giving the AI some paint to use that nobody else is using. Now if you want to move a bit faster, you can use Figma with the free plan, which a lot of people assume is only for designers. Now you can actually drop your AI images into Figma and use its shape tools to frame things and export entire collections of images ready to actually use. Now this was a game changer for Alex because he wanted his images to be part of a series and not just random one-offs. Now you can see better results if you spend about 10 minutes before creating an AI image building a small mood board. Now this can actually be done in Canva, Milanote, Milanote on the free plan, or even Pinterest. So you can just collect 5 to 6 images that capture the style or the mood that you're going after. Then when you look at those visuals as you write your AI prompt, you'll be surprised at how much more intentional and creative your AI results actually become. Now you want to make sure you join communities like prompthero.com or krea.ai, where you can actually search thousands of prompts and just upload your own reference images. Now these platforms are full of creators who experiment with remixing ideas. So you want to be spending around 15 minutes a week browsing there, which can actually expand your creative range more than any tutorial really can. Let's now move on to tip number 6, which is to build your own AI image workflow so you never stare at a blank screen again. Now, I recommend you start thinking of your AI images as a workflow instead of a single tool. Now, most beginners open one AI app, type a random prompt, and hope for the best. Now, instead, you want to choose a sequence. Now, I love starting with ChatGPT on the free version to help me refine a creative prompt, then using Leonardo AI for the actual image, and then using something like Canva to actually finish it off. Now, Jason, one of my students, was wasting hours trying to make one perfect image, but after I helped him build a simple workflow like this, he now creates an entire theme set of 10 images in under 40 minutes, because every tool now has a simple role. Now, if you want to feel less overwhelmed, then set yourself a simple 3-step rule every time that you actually create. So number 1 is to gather some inspiration, number 2 is to generate the image, and number 3 is to actually do a 5-minute polish. Now, for the inspiration, Jason uses Pinterest or Art Breeder to actually collect some visuals. Now, for the generation, he uses Night Cafe on the free plan, or even Bing Image Creator, and for the polishing he just adds text overlays or crops in Canva. Now, this step removes decision fatigue, so you're no longer asking what tool should I actually use, you're just flowing through your system. Now, let me tell you something that a lot of people get wrong. They think it's all about the perfect prompt. Now, this is useful and you do need a good prompt, but the real magic really happens when you layer tools and refine into small steps. Now, Sophie, one of my students, used to type really long, complicated prompts, hoping to get exactly what she wanted. But when she started breaking it down, writing a simple prompt, generating one base image, and then using a free tool like remove.bg to actually clean it up, and Canva to adjust some of the colours, the quality of her images really went up. Now, the thing that you need to learn here is that boring small steps actually create the wow results. Now, I would suggest that you treat this like building your own little studio. So you want to create a folder on your laptop or your Google Drive and just call it AI Studio, where you actually save your prompts, your favorite free resources, and even your finished images. It sounds rather simple, but it makes a huge difference to your confidence when you open that folder and see 20, 30 or 40 images that you've created instead of an empty page. Now, Jason told me that after 30 days of doing this, he no longer sees himself as a beginner, he sees himself as a creator, and that mindset shift is honestly worth more than any tool. Wow, that's it for this video. Now, if you're serious about building your online business and creating a sustainable online income, take the next step now. Click the link below in the description or in the comments and go through to my website, where you can find some free training resources to help you get started right away. These free step-by-step resources are designed to guide you through launching a successful online business and generating online income streams. So don't wait, take action today. Click the link below and start your journey right now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does energize and motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and have a wonderful day.